Welcome back to Tactical Man. I'm back, y'all. And I'm back today to do a quick little video for those who just bought their first AR-15 in the coronavirus pandemic. Hopefully you did not spend $800-900 on an Anderson lower and upper. Anywho, this video is for those who just bought it or are thinking about buying their first AR-15 on how to take apart the bolt. Minor cleaning, little tips, tricks, if that's a tip or trick. I don't know. But this isn't for the video of those who have owned an AR for a while. It's for the new guys. We're going to take apart a bolt so we can get you out to the range and go fully semi-automatic. Let's go down to the table and take this bolt apart, shall we? You thought no coffee? I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book. Coffee. Oh yes. Coffee it is. Now we got the coffee. Here is your AR-15 bolt. You've done got it out of your rifle. If you don't know how to take it out of the AR-15 rifle, all you really have to do is take out your rear takedown pin, pull it up, pull your charging handle out, and out comes the bolt. So, let's go over the bolt real quick. You got your bolt carrier, your bolt body. We're not in focus for nothing. There you go. You got your bolt carrier body right here. Most people call it a carrier, some call it a body. You got your gas key. You got your actual bolt. Focus is, bear with me, gents. Got a different camera rolling today. It's not focus. There you go. Got your bolt right in here. This joker right here is your extractor, your plunger / ejector. If you look inside that tiny little hole and try and push it up, there's your firing pin. So there's your basic bolt body. So now let's go ahead and take her apart. The first thing, we'll make it a little bit easier, unless you've got good fingernails. Some of these are going to be tight. You have your firing pin, retaining pin. Firing pin, retaining pin right there. Some of them you can get with your fingernail. There we go, just like that. See it coming out. Give her a pull. Some of them will be tight. Set it down, don't lose it. Once you've done that, give yourself a little love tap and your actual firing pin comes out. There she is. Right. Now from there, make sure your bolt moves back and forth inside the carrier on a rotating little cam. See? It rotates back and forth, back and forth. Now you got your firing pin out. Turn your cam bolt, pull it out, cam key, and now you're able to pull your bolt out. You basically have just completely field stripped your AR-15 bolt, right? I'll let you in on a little secret. Well, at least back in the 90s, the United States Marine Corps would only let the Marines break their bolts down that far. Calfies. Now taking a look here at the actual bolt itself, if we can get her in focus, see that little pin right there? You can drive that pin out to get your extractor claw out. They don't allow you to do that. Excuse me. They don't allow you to do that. Well, again, at least back in the 90s, they didn't allow you to do that in the Marine Corps. Small part, you'll lose it. It's not like a bright red crayon that you can eat. Just be careful. If this is your first AR-15, first time taking it apart, yeah, who am I to tell you you can't do it? Just make sure you don't lose that pin or the spring or O-ring, whatever's on the inside of your AR. Cowfish. Get you just a little punch, right? Maybe you get one as janky as mine. Look at that. That joker's he's been beat up just a little bit. But you just run your punch through it, and the pin came out. Just like that. Right here. There she is. And you just go ahead. If we can keep her in focus. And there she goes. Now you got two more little parts depending on the brand of AR-15 you got. You may just have a spring there, you may just have a washer, or if you got a little bit of a higher quality, you have the spring and washer. Right, and there is your extractor claw. It's not really going to show up much, but that right there is what hooks onto the rim of the casing and slides her out of that chamber. And you can go ahead and clean in here as needed. Now, since we have this open, when your bolt is fully together and your firing pin's through here, if we can get that focused again, there she is. The firing pin goes in there. So you always want to check, if you do open this up, check, make sure you ain't got no gunk in there that'll gunk it up. Give it a good cleaning, give it some good arrow. Anytime you do take your bolt apart, check out your locking lugs. Make sure you got no damage. Like that one right there is a little worn down, but that's just finish wear. Unless the camera's proving something else, I can't feel nothing. Just finish wear on this bolt head. Let's go ahead and put this back together. All you do is make sure your spring and washer on there. Put it back in. Push down just a little bit. Now there's going to be a ton of people out there that scream and yell what side you're supposed to go back in. You got to apply a little bit of pressure because there is a spring in there. Get it pushed in. Boom. Now it's back together. Moving back, you got your gas rings. Now, some people will tell you, you see this little opening right there? That's the first ring. There's 3 rings in there. There's the second one. Well, that's actually the third one. And there's that one. Everyone's going to tell you you need to have it staggered. Your gun's not going to run. Your gun will still run if you have them lined up, but just try to keep them staggered. Alright, because your gases are actually making a piston on this, and that needs a decent seal to operate properly. And here is the tail of the bolt. This joker right here is going to be where you build up the most carbon. You can still see some on there. Talked about little tips and tricks. One of the easiest ways, gentlemen. Oh no, I can't find it. I don't have it with me. But one of the easiest ways is a brass 223 casing. This is obviously not 223, this is 9mm, but you just take the brass, you hear it grinded, grinds, you can get it in at an angle, clean off that ledge, and the brass does not harm the steel. Look at that. Look at all that carbon, it just can't. Look at all that powdered carbon, it just took off of there, guys. So that's a little tip trick. Brass, always. Keep some range brass with you all the times. Pick up something, 308, whatever, and use that just to scrape that off, because a regular old toothbrush ain't gonna get it. Ain't gonna get it, he said. So there's the actual bolt itself. Alright, so now we're taking a look at the bolt carrier. Inside here where your bolt rests, most AR-15 bolts is chrome lined. You see that? Makes it real easy cleaning. We're not going to see all the way down in there, it's a little too dark. Makes real easy cleaning, because that joker gets nasty in there. And it's actually pretty clean right now. Easiest way to clean that, guys, is get a rag with a dowel or even your cleaning rod punch and just stuff it in there and spin around. Since it's chrome lined, it should actually clean out really easy with just a rag. If not, throw some hops in there. You don't know what hops is, some people call it hoppies. Boom. That stuff will eat the carbon right out of there, especially in the chrome line. These 2 ports right here, when we get it back together, you'll see the gas rings themselves, and that's where the gas bleeds off. And pew-pew. Pew-pews, it allows pew-pews to take place. Give this a good cleaning. Put some good oil on it. Obviously oil up your bolt nice and well. And let's put it back together. Oh, oil. This is what I use for oil. Right here, the Slip 2000 Extreme Weapons Lube. Excuse me. I've been using it for about, about 3 years now on my AR-15s. And it's good stuff. At least it works for me. So you want to get your stuff back together, just slide it in just like that. One of the biggest tips I can give you is make sure your extractor, You see the extractor right there, the little doohickey with the little pin that we took apart earlier is always on the right side of the bolt. The same side of the bolt is your two little ports, right? You don't want it on that side. So your extractor is on this side and your plunger is on that side. Now we come over here, you see the hole, let's line it up. Let's see, okay, see that's not lined up, now that's lined up. Get your rotating cam pin back in there. Alright, so it just went in. Let's get it focused one more time. Alright, see, we got it right back in there. And just give it a little turn, just like that. Get your firing pin after you've done cleaning your firing pin off. Most of the firing pins are hard chrome line or whatever finish it is, and it makes cleaning very easy. You just have to hit it with a rag. So now it's time to put the firing pin back in. Let's get this joker back in there. Slide her on in. Alright, now you got your bolt in there. Make sure it's pushed all the way forward. Get your firing pin, retaining pin. Slide her in. Make sure your bolt's in there. Pew, pew, pew. And that just pushes right back in, guys. Really easy. See, she just pushes back in. Give it a knock. Make sure your pin doesn't fall out. You put it back together. Make sure your bolt rocks back and forth freely. And look at that, gentlemen. You have just successfully taken apart and reassembled your AR-15 bolt. One last time, we're going to go ahead and pull this bolt apart real quick and put it back together without all the talk. So if you got good fingernails, go ahead and get your pin out. If you don't, get you a little punch or something to give you a little pull on that. Bang out your firing pin, rotate your cam block or cam pin, pull her out. Anytime you pull this joker out, gentlemen, take a look at it, inspect it for cracks or anything like that. Make sure she's in good working order. Pull your bolt out, and we are now completely field stripped bolt-to-bolt carrier. Reassemble, slide her back in. Again, make sure your extractor is on the side of two ports. Line up your little hole. If the camera will focus. Yeah, guys, I'm fixing to get rid of this camera. Hopefully she'll come back and focus for you one of these days. Get your cam pin back in. Rotate your cam pin that way, because if you don't, you won't get your firing pin back in. There we go. Beautiful little thing. The beautiful life, huh? Get your firing pin back in there. It's definitely harder for me to get this firing pin in on camera than in real life. Get it in the hole, that's what she said. There we go. She's in there. Push her all the way forward. Get your firing pin, retaining pin back in. Check your bolt. Make sure she's locked in. Make sure that's nice and flush. And make sure your firing pin doesn't fall out and you captured it correctly. And that, gentlemen, is a completely disassembled, reassembled bolt. So there she is. Slap her back in the gun. Lube her up if you're going to go to the range. Give her a light coat if you're going to put her back in the safe. Hopefully this video helped out the new AR-15 owners. Those of you experts out there, I already know you know how to do this, but believe it or not, there are people that do not know how to do this. So hopefully it helps one person at least. Thank you for stopping by Tactical Maine. If you want to support the channel, click on my Amazon affiliate link. Use that to buy anything. It doesn't matter what you buy. Just buy something. It helps me out. A little bit more money for the channel. Again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for stopping by. And we'll catch you in the next video, because Tactical Maine, he's back part-time maybe. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Look at that. That's the firing pin hole on the bolt face. That's pretty cool. The camera's actually getting that. Won't focus on anything else, but it'll get that. Killing me, Smalls.